culture. Womp womp. Womp womp. Womp womp.
Strum. Happy to. Ring. Quick work. So ready. Light. I got moves on it. Faster down. Excavate one. Yes. Yay. Watch. Find. Beep. Steep. Looking good. Get moving. Let it pass. Good. Safety goggles on. Get 3 on. I'm ready. Prune. Take that. Of course. Jump through all. I accept. Time it. A triumph. Match pass. Extinguish.
Womp womp.
Take a peek. What's not there?
That confused.
Balance. Let's go. Find the star.
Womp womp.
Prune. Time it.
Womp womp.
Build it.
A challenge. Act quickly now.
Much less.
Yes.
Strong.
All right.
Light.
Great. For science.
Extinguish.
Carry on.
Take a peek. What's not there?
Okay.
Ring. I'm right here. Get moving.
Later.
Steep. Line up.
Womp womp.